let's look at the main components of a digital audio workstation. Although each DAW is slightly different, there are several main components that are essential to any music-making workflow. The file browser is where you'll find and load the instruments, effects, and sounds you'll be using to produce your music. Every song you work on will have its own project. In Ableton Live, these are called live sets. You can usually create a new project or load an existing project from the application's file menu. The main area of any project is the timeline, or arrangement view, where you will record and arrange your parts into a finished track. In Ableton Live, we also have another view called the session view that gives you a unique, non-linear approach to making music. Every project will be made up of a number of tracks. Tracks represent the instruments and sounds in your session. For example, you might have a vocal track, a bass track, and a drum track. For some sounds, the instrument might be broken down into multiple tracks for a single instrument. For example, a drum kit, where you might have a separate track for each part of the kit. When working in a DAW, there are two kinds of information you will work with: audio and MIDI. Audio represents anything captured from the outside world, using a microphone, pickup, or something similar. Examples of this might be a vocal or an electric guitar. MIDI is just computer information and has no sound of its own. It's just data that tells the computer how and what to play. This makes MIDI incredibly flexible. Unlike audio, where the sound is mostly unchangeable once it's recorded, MIDI lets you change the timing or pitch of notes after they've been recorded, and even change the instrument sound completely. This audio and MIDI information is represented in the DAW as clips or regions. Each clip is a segment of MIDI or audio, and these can be chopped up and rearranged in a number of different ways. On each track in your DAW, you can also load a number of devices or plugins. These could be instrument devices like synthesizers that take MIDI data and transform it into sounds, or they could be effect devices like distortions or reverbs that take an audio recording or the output from an instrument and process it in a variety of different ways. Every DAW will have some kind of mixer section that lets you adjust the volume and stereo position of a track, as well as things like muting or soloing individual tracks. Lastly, every DAW needs some way of saving and exporting your music. This can usually be found in the application's file menu.